Hello children, welcome back to social science class. Today again we are going to study the chapter air. We have completed half of the portion and last part, ending part of this chapter. Today we are going to learn air. What is air, the composition of air, the structure of air, weather, climate, temperature, air pressure, all these things we have completed. I hope you don't have any doubts regarding all these topics. And related to this, today we are going to study further, that is wind and rainfall, different types of rainfall, pressure belt, all these things. Let us start with this wind. Now you tell me, what is the meaning of wind? What do you mean by wind? Can you see the wind? No, we can't see wind. Wind is the movement of air. The movement of air from high pressure area to low pressure area is called wind. And we never see wind, but we can see the work of the wind. What does that wind work? And we can know that the work, and we can feel wind. From his work only we can know that wind is blowing. If the wind is blowing with a great speed, then we will find that it is a storm and deep uprooted the trees. If the wind blows gently, sometimes you will find that the dust particles are moving with the wind, and the dry leaves also move on the surface of the earth. So from his activity, from the activity of wind, we can know that wind is moving. Okay, there are three types of wind. The wind broadly divided into three types. One is permanent wind. Second is seasonal wind. Third is local wind. The trade winds, westerlies and easterlies, are the permanent winds. These blow constantly throughout the year in a particular direction. Then comes seasonal winds. These winds change their direction in different seasons. For example, monsoon in India. You know that monsoon wind comes to India, enters into India from the Indian Ocean in the month of June. After this, it moves north and eastern direction. After this, it is divided into two branches, Arabian branch and Bay of Bengal branch, and it moves upward. One Bay of Bengal branch moves north and eastern direction, and Arabian branch moves northwestern direction. Again, in the month of October, it, by getting the obstruction from the Himalayas, it turns back. Again it changes its direction, which is known as retreat monsoon. So these seasonal winds, for example that monsoon winds, these winds change their direction in different seasons. Okay. Then comes third category of wind, local wind. This local wind blows only during a particular period of the day or year in a small area. For example, land and sea breeze. Do you recall the hot and dry local wind of northern plains of India? It is called Loo. So we have read, we know about three types of wind. Now come to the air pressure. We have already completed air pressure in last class. Come to the pressure belt. And we know that air pressure has certain relationship with the temperature and altitude. If the temperature is more, then pressure is low. If the temperature is less, the pressure is high. So according to the temperature of the earth, the pressure also divided, and there are specific pressure belts are there in the earth. And now we are going to read about this pressure belt. Number one, you see that equatorial low pressure belt, which is known as doldrum. Why it is equatorial low pressure? Tell me that in equatorial area, how much the temperature? Is it 0 degree temperature, or is it is 40 degree or more than 40 degree temperature? It is more than 40 degree temperature, because it is nearer to sun and it gets direct sunlight, direct heat, and the temperature is high. If the temperature is high, the pressure is low. So number one is equatorial low pressure, is also known as doldrum. Why this area is low pressure? Because this equatorial area has high temperature. Why it is high temperature area? Because it receives the direct sun rays, which gives direct sun heat, and that is why the temperature is more and the low pressure belt is there. As we know that if the temperature is high, then the pressure is low. Second thing, we'll go to subtropical high pressure belt. Subtropical high pressure belt in northern area, subtropical high pressure belt in southern area, and these areas are beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. It lies within the temperate zone. As we know that temperate zone means the temperature is moderate temperature. Temperature is not as high as equatorial area or torrid zone. In temperate zone, temperature is less, and for that reason there is also high pressure belt, subtropical high pressure belt. And then comes subpolar low pressure belt, and then high pressure area. In the polar area, South Pole and North Pole has high pressure area. Okay, so with this we have completed air pressure, pressure belt, wind, weather and climate, temperature. Now come to moisture. When water evaporates from land and different water bodies, it becomes water vapor. Moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. When the air is full of water vapor, we call it a humid day. As the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold the water vapor increases, and so it becomes more and more humid. On a humid day, clothes take longer to dry, and sweat from our body does not evaporate easily, making us feel very uncomfortable. And when the water vapor rises, it starts cooling. Listen, from in the summer season, water from all water bodies evaporates and it becomes water vapor. And when it goes to the space and it gets comparatively cooler temperature, it starts condensing. The water vapor condenses and condenses, causing formation of droplets of water. When water vapor condenses, it becomes the tiny droplets of water. Clouds are just masses of such water droplets. As we see in the clouds are floating in the sky, these are the combinations of or the masses of water droplets. When these droplets of water become too heavy to float in air, then they come down as precipitation or rainfall. And we know that water cycle, it moves from the ocean and river and from all the water bodies, it evaporates, Evaporation takes place, then condensation, then precipitation. Through precipitation, again water comes to the surface of the earth, and the water bodies again fill with water. Jet planes flying in the sky leave a white trail behind them. The moisture from their engines condenses. We see trails of this condensed moisture for some time when there is no air movement to disturb it. And this precipitation, there are different types of precipitation that comes down to the earth in liquid form is called rain. Most of the groundwater comes from rainwater. Plants help preserve water. When trees on hillsides are cut, rainwater flows down the bare mountains and can cause flooding of low-lying area. On the basis of mechanism, there are three types of rainfall. One is cyclonic rainfall. Second one is orographic rainfall. Third one is convectional rainfall. You can look at the figure given in your NCERT book, how cold air comes, warm air moves up, how moisture comes, and all these phenomena you can see from the diagram. And you know that rainfall is very much important for the survival of plants' life, animal life, and human life. It brings fresh water to the earth's surface. If rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought occur. On the other hand, if it is more, floods take place. So, it is necessary for the earth but set within a limit. Okay, with this we have completed this chapter, and today I'm going to conclude now. If you have any doubt, you can drop it in the comment section. Okay, thank you very much.